Nigeria and Happy New Year. I'm Chioma Ebisi. This is Social Media Scoop, where we break down conversations dominating across the digital platforms. And today's edition is quite electrifying because we're talking about global politics, national security concerns, and religious controversies. We have Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. He's been abducted by President Donald Trump. We also have Shegumi, who is crying out loud and saying that he is a target of US. That's interesting. All this and more we'll be discussing on Social Media Scoop. So stay with me. Let's navigate this digital train side by side. Thank you for staying with us. This is Social Media Scoop and I'm Chioma Ebisi. The stories we have today are quite sensitive, impactful, and widely debated. But as usual, we follow it with responsibility and context. I have with me in the house an educator, a seasoned educator, Oluchi Okechukwu, with a beautiful smile. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, Chioma.
It's always a pleasure speaking to you. And you're looking beautiful. Your melanin is popping.
I can say
this
the same for you.
It's just on you.
Yes, it was a restive season, so yes. I'm grateful for that.
A well-deserved rest for all of us.
Of course, indeed.
And Happy New Year.
Same to you. Same to you, same to you.
So let's begin Social Media Scope. Shockwaves have erupted on the internet as Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro has been captured by President Donald Trump. In a now viral tweet, President Donald Trump has stated how this operation was carried out. This has sparked conversations online, and people say this is a violation of international laws, while some school of thought believe that this is a liberation for the Venezuelan people. He's being charged back in US over charges of drugs and terrorism. Let's take a look at how Venezuelans are reacting to this news and take some reactions.
For a moment, let your hatred and disdain for Donald Trump, an unsavory character, have you defending the dictator of my country that was destroyed by him and Chavez and their system 20 years ago. We Venezuelans are very, very happy that our dictator has been arrested, removed, and will be put through a trial. It's the first time we're seeing justice in 26 years. Now let's hope that they get the rest of the criminals out of Venezuela.
Wow, you've seen how the streets of Venezuela are full, the capital, and how Venezuelans are reacting to this. Let's take our first reaction. Venezuelan journalist Jemina Rodriguez tweeted on X, "Do not for a moment let your hatred and disdain for Donald Trump have you defending the dictator of my country. We Venezuelans are very, very happy that our dictator has been arrested." Another handle on X tweeted, "Nicolas Maduro killed thousands of Venezuelans to stay in power. He committed serious atrocities against his own people and only remained in power through institutionalized electoral fraud and violence. He deserves every bit of the karma that has come his way." That's a very strong reaction. Oluchi, that's a very strong reaction there. You've seen the videos of Venezuelans rejoicing, and I saw a particular video where someone said that he stole their mandate, that he was not, elected, and he has been a dictator. And I saw another video of when people were protesting, how he ordered the military to take people out. And we saw President Donald Trump with this very strong, audacious move of his, and I saw somebody says that inside president, past president. I don't know how to react to this, but I want to know, do you think this is violating international laws and not looking at the sovereignty of the nation, or is this a welcomed idea? Though on the other hand, we see President Donald Trump already talking about the oil, stating that Venezuelan oil will be sold to other countries. This now makes me to wonder, are they really there to liberate the people, or are they there for the mineral resources? What are your thoughts on this?
Now, you see, Venezuela is a country, apparently, and there should be rules guiding how such quote-unquote interferences are to be made.
Yes.
An independent nation should not have any other person, you know, having to interfere with their politics or their economy or whatever may happen. But you see, the people, the crowd is a testament to what has been desired for long.
Exactly.
There is only so much that dictatorship can do. And at some point, one has got to intervene. Now, it looks like this intervention is exactly what the Venezuelan people needed. Now, the crux of the matter here, or what is highly debated, is why has the President of the United States decided to take upon himself the need to tackle the situation with Venezuela? What is the point of call? Now, the debate or rumors have it that it's actually to tackle drug trafficking, but people are wondering, is there an ulterior motive? Is there something happening behind closed doors? The people of Venezuela are happy, but one cannot actually help but question, does the end actually justify the means? People are very concerned, and with relation to Nigeria, of course, a lot of people are excited. Yes, about it. They're excited, and I think it's actually disappointing to have Nigerians excited that the president of a nation is interfering with another nation. But you see, that is the level, or that is the state of the country called Nigeria today, where it started to look like we're seeking for help outside of our people, outside of our government. But at the end of the day, one would always wonder, with regards to this move, with regards to this action, does the end actually justify the means? That is something that we'll look forward to. That's something that people at the end of the day will get to know much later.
We've seen several reactions.
Yes.
Russia has reacted. Russia has called for an emergency UN security meeting. Cuba has reacted.
Including South Africa.
China has, South Africa
demanding for the intervention of the United Nations Charter to actually look into it. But then, the Venezuelan people are happy. How then do we reconcile this situation?
That just shows that,
you see,
when that's a disgrace on the president. Because when you're doing good, your people will speak for you. If he was doing what he's supposed to do as a president, the people will rise up and speak on
But you
his
see,
behalf.
the people that own the
rejoicing.
country, see, it seems like they are actually happier to have their government out of Venezuela, and they're actually speaking in favor of the actions of the president of the United States. But this is something we will have to wait and see. And
Donald Trump has stated that they will take control of Venezuela until they are able to hand it over to capable hands democratically. He has stated that. But in the meantime, the vice president has been sworn in as an acting president.
As an acting president. We can only hope that the intentions for the people of Venezuela, and for Venezuela as a country, and for the people of Venezuela are put into high consideration, because at this point it's a very, very sensitive situation for the people of Venezuela, irrespective of what the situation is, irrespective of what the reasons may have been. Venezuela is now in a very vulnerable state. So everyone involved has to tread carefully as much as they possibly can.
So what do you think about some Nigerians making crazy assumptions?
I've always said about regarding this situation, we shouldn't be in a situation where we're seeking for help on the outside. We are a nation to be reckoned with. Nigeria is a country that is on the map for a reason. And we've got resources, we've got manpower, we've got natural resources. There are so many things to our disposal. To have to look out to other countries for help, with regards to security situations, which is actually one of the things that is a prevailing issue in the country, is actually a problem. But you can't blame Nigerians. Everyone is actually on the brink. Everyone is walking on eggshells regarding the situation of the country.
Because
and then it started to look like any help is necessary. Any help is welcome. So I wouldn't actually blame Nigerians for feeling the way they do.
But again, you look at what help is genuine. What help does not have ulterior motives.
This should serve as a clarion call now to the leadership of Nigeria.
They need to
sit up and do the needful in ensuring that the people of Nigeria go back to trusting the leadership of the country.
I was following the conversation and I saw when Donald Trump was speaking, and he said Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was picked up alongside his wife.
You can imagine that.
According to eyewitness reports, they said they heard a loud bang, then they heard choppers, and there was power outage in some areas, and before you know, the man was swept. And somebody said, "President, past president." That thing keeps ringing in my head, because this is quite an audacious move coming from President Donald Trump. We will follow it as it unfolds. But
yes, of course.
That's a very, very big development there.
Yes,
we'll follow it as it unfolds. Moving on back home in Nigeria, popular kidnapper and terrorist negotiator Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi, in a now viral video, has cried out, stating that he has gotten information from top security officials in Abuja stating that his name is being linked to Boko Haram and he's now a target for US airstrike. Let's take a look at this video and how Nigerians are reacting to this.
gashi ana security briefings wai an ce ina cikin list na Boko Haram wanda suka yi air marking za su yi eliminating.
Our first reaction on X tweeted, "This is why insecurity can never end so long as APC is in power. Terrorists in Nigeria have their informants in sensitive positions and they always get every tip-off." Hey, at Rep. Riley Moore, he tagged U.S. lawmaker Riley Moore. "This is one of the reasons U.S. government should not collaborate with Nigerian government." You can see that strong reaction coming there. Quickly, let's take a last reaction. Coming from Felix on X, he tweeted, "They leak U.S. intelligence to Gumi and you still believe the government can defeat terrorism." Oluchi, is this sending some kind of signal to us for us to feel that our military is compromised? Because if Sheikh Gumi in this viral video is stating that in a top national security meeting, he has alleged information coming from that. So this now leaves us to wonder how many more informations that would have aided us in curbing insecurity that has been linked to either a terrorist group or kidnappers or whatsoever. But the main question I want to ask you is, do you think, because Sheikh Gumi has countless times defended his actions, saying that he is just calling for peaceful negotiation and to resolve conflict and so on. Do you think there's a situation of as him being misunderstood? Do you think Sheikh Gumi is really a terrorist negotiator, or as some people say, he is a terrorist sympathizer? What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. There is only so much you can say that will make people want to doubt you or believe you to start with. Has he given the people reason to believe him? Has he given the people of Nigeria cause to trust him? Has he given the people of Nigeria cause to accept the things that he says, the words that come out of his mouth?
Is very controversial.
Good.
He has made a lot of controversial statements, which you're aware of.
So we can only hope that whatever it is he represents or whatever it is he stands for is for the good and for the benefit of the entire Nigeria. Because now Nigerians are skeptic. Everyone seems to be sleeping with one eye open. And there are so many insinuations regarding the role of the government, and then, of course, terrorism and insecurity. And these are not the things that want to be heard in a country, especially with regards to our leadership.
Yes.
So if this is actually the case where it's a case of being misunderstood, let it be clarified all of a sudden. Let it be clarified as soon as possible.
Investigated.
Yes, let it be investigated as it ought to be. He is in the position to actually clarify this. He can actually make it clear to the people that this is what I stand for a country like Nigeria. I am here to unify the country. I am here, I'm doing this for the long run. I'm here to make sure that we achieve the end goal, which is actually a unified nation.
Even despite the investigations that will be carried out, we're going to hold him by things he has said. Sheikh Gumi has said several times in the past that terrorists are part of us and we can't do without them. He has also stated that terrorists are also hot in some kind of way. So you cannot separate him from such words. And there's a funny thing that is allegedly happening now on the social media. Sheikh Gumi is deleting all his past tweets and past comments.
Yes, that is the latest thing so far. Yes.
So what do you think about that? So that shows that he has things to hide. For him to delete his comments.
And one would wonder, what are those things that were deleted in the first place? Why do you feel the need to delete them? So I would like to think that this should be an opportunity to operate on a clean slate, to actually do better, to actually do right, because it's starting to look like everyone has their eyes on the President of the United States, and everyone is becoming terrified. Governments, establishments, leadership of countries, presidents are becoming very worried and very concerned about the leadership of the president Donald Trump, the
stands.
President of the United States of America. So this is a call to action. This means if things have been, if he has erred in any way, there is a way he can actually come back and then actually make everything right, to right everything, because the words he has said are actually out there. People are holding him by the things he has said, and this is what makes it a serious trust issue
and
when it comes to
even
him
if
with
he has
regards to
done
Nigeria.
some certain good, in some kind of maybe resolving and having peace negotiation with these terrorists, some of the words he has said has made it look some kind of way as if he's sympathizing with terrorists or actually supporting, because this is a man that is a retired captain from the Nigerian army. So definitely he has some sort of intelligence training, and I know that military personnel do not talk anyhow. So at this point, Shegumi, all I have to say, or all we have to say is just watch your back.
Honest, at this point, I think he has taken, I think he's gotten that news. I think he's gotten that information. I think that has been communicated to him based on recent activities, based on recent actions. That has been communicated, and we are looking forward to seeing what is likely to happen with him, and with regards to his stand, and with regards to everything concerning his take, his value system, and his relationship to the Nigerian government going forward.
And if you have no skeletons in your cupboard,
why then be afraid?
You have nothing to hide.
You have nothing to be afraid
That's
of.
just it.
That's it. That's it. I agree with you. That's true.
So we're definitely going to follow that story, because trust me, I like that.
Yes.
Moving on, a sad one now. ISWAP terrorists has released clips of burning Christian villages in Adamawa State. They released these clips and stated that their main targets are Christians in Nigeria. Either you convert to Islam or you pay tax to survive. Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this. We have the first reaction on X. Thanos, he tweeted, Riley Moore shared this yesterday, and this proves to every American, even those playing politics with Christian lives, that there is Christian genocide in Nigeria, and ISWAP is not working alone. They have support from the Nigerian government. Very strong allegations there. Such videos coming out on the internet, is it to put fear in Nigerians, or to make the government to wake up to fight them squarely? What do you think is the rationale behind this video? Is it to inflict fears in the average Nigerian, or is it to tell the government, like, okay, we're ready for you, this is war now, you either come up and fight us to protect your citizens, or you just keep paying tax to us? And in a way, we're not wondering, our government indirectly paying this tax, because we see them paying ransom money to terrorists and kidnappers. What do you think of this?
Well, you see, here's the thing. Their intention at this point may be unclear, but they are starting to achieve whatever other intention it is, and that is to instill fear in the lives of Nigerian people. I have had people who have debated the attack on people, particularly in the north, and there's always the people advocating that it's not targeted at Christians.
But they can't say that anymore.
But then it just so happens that we're having great number of Christians who are always lying in state and who are always buried.
Yes.
And then one cannot overlook this. That fear is already instilled. But at this point in time, Nigerians are no longer afraid. Nigerians are upset. Yes. Nigerians are angry, and Nigerians are resigned to finding a way, whatever it is. We are looking forward, we're in a situation where we're trying to hold our government responsible, hold them accountable for what is going on, and they need to give answers. At this point in time, the people have no business having to reach out to the terrorists, or to the people terrorizing the people, or people taking out lives and annihilating people from the north, especially the Christians.
That we saw the recent one that happened in the Niger market.
Exactly.
They killed some people and abducted about 20 people just over the weekend.
And this keeps happening. It's been going on for nearly a decade, if not more.
More than a decade.
At this point, the government is what the people we need to hold responsible. We need to hold them accountable. They are the ones with the answers, and they need to give the people answers. We are beyond being afraid. We are beyond being confused. We need them to tackle this situation headlong, because we can't keep having our people constantly annihilated. We are a country. We are a people, we are a nation, and it is important that they take the lives of their people very seriously at this point in time.
And all I have to say is, if the government cannot protect the lives of their citizens, then they should give way for
the persons who can
for
at this
people
point
who
in
we feel
time.
they can. So
Yes.
it's just left for Nigerians to pick up their voters card and march towards
And I hope that
elections
Nigerians know that
2027.
they have that responsibility to make the difference
Yes,
in their
they
own
have the
country.
power and
they
we
should
can do
understand
it.
it. Yes, it's important that they do.
And we just hope
Absolutely.
before the election
Yes.
here that INEC has resolved everything, so we don't come back here, keep discussing and talking about
But the same thing
It
over
is draining,
and over again.
It is depressing.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's completely exhausting. Nigerians are, at this point, we are tired and we are done. We don't need answers anymore. We just need this situation tackled and handled as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deep conversations with you, Oluchi.
Thank you.
Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be diving into more stories on Social Media Scope. Are you looking for your next unforgettable adventure? At Fly There Travel and Tours, we'll make travel dreams a reality. Whether it's a tropical getaway, a cultural city escape, or for business, study, or relocation, we handle your flights, your hotels, your visa process, and your custom itineraries so you can focus on your journey. So join thousands of happy travelers who've explored the world with us. Fly There Travel and Tours, your reliable travel partner.
We are located at Block G Suite 9, Sky Memorial Plaza, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. Our office contact 08060112613, and to get us on email, flythetravelsandtours@gmail.com.
Make your travel dreams a reality. Welcome back. This is still Social Media Scope on Kaftan TV, and I'm Chioma Ebisi. And we're talking about Pastor Chris Okafor, the lead pastor of Mountain of Liberation and Miracles Ministry. He has stepped down from his pastoral duties following sexual allegations by Nollywood actress Doris Olga and other women who has come out to make strong allegations on the pastor. The pastor has announced that he will be stepping down to go on a honeymoon with his newly wedded wife and to go for a prayer retreat. Remember, we were talking about this pastor and how controversial he has been. Dollywood actress Doris Olga made strong allegations on him. We have, during the course of the holiday, we had several women coming out to make stronger allegations on him.
Yes.
In one of his sermons on Sunday, he knelt down and apologized to his congregations concerning this scandal. But let's take a look at, let's take just one reaction, and I take a reaction. On X, we have ISIP, who stated, "This is huge. Accountability in leadership isn't optional, it's not negotiable. When those entrusted with guiding a community fall in the most basic moral responsibilities, the call for justice isn't just necessary, it's urgent. This isn't about rumor, it's about protecting the vulnerable and demanding transparency at every level. The days of turning a blind eye are over. Every leader must answer for their actions." That's a very, very strong reactions coming there. So Oluchi, what do you think? Do you think some people feel that he was pressured? Some feel that he was probably advised by the elders in the church and the community for him to, he didn't really call it a step down, but obviously he's stepping down from his pastoral duties. Do you think this is coming at the right time? And do you think he's taking accountability? Is this really taking accountability? What do you think?
Well, I think at this point is long overdue.
Honestly,
His stepping down is long overdue.
Yes.
Because whether we want, some people may not want to acknowledge this, but Doris is the nemesis that was so
They
that was supposed to come.
Hell had no
Fury than a woman scorned. Yes,
Jeez,
they'll have no
indeed,
fury than a
woman.
woman scorned. And at this point, she is a scorned woman representing every other woman who has been scorned by the same man. This thing about stepping down is long overdue. I think at this point, it has started to affect and rub off on maybe other members of the, I didn't even know there were elders of the church, or most recently, because I always wondered, where is the place of accountability when it comes to leaders of the church, when it comes to pastors in the church? You have a congregation that looks up to you, and then they look up to you on many levels. Where is the place of accountability? Where is the place of high moral standing? And this thing that has happened, whether it's under pressure or it's something he has thought of or the elders have actually asked him to do, is something that is long overdue, and I'm really glad that it has happened. So it is my advice, or it is what I would suggest, is he takes the time, take the trip to the wilderness, and I'm saying that metaphorically, whatever he needs to do to actually have to do a sort of, revamping and transformation, because he is a man. Apparently he has his weaknesses. This is somebody who has the capability of turning a new leaf. But this also, I want to use this opportunity to use this as an extension to other pastors, to other people who actually lead churches, to have this sense of responsibility toward their congregants. People look up to you. It is important that you are right. And if you cannot do it, please do not take the call. If you are not able to lead the people when it comes to the faith, when it comes to the Christian faith, you might as well desist from taking the call or step down.
Exactly.
It's important.
Exactly. Yes. That's you're making a strong point there. Moving on a sad note, Anthony Joshua has attended the funeral prayer for his colleagues who died in a fatal accident in Ogun State. We have Sheena Gambi, Abdul Latif Kevin. It took place in a London Central Mosque on Sunday. This accident occurred Monday, December 29th, 2025. But Anthony Joshua just escaped with minor injuries. But I've followed this story. I've seen where the accident, I'm sure you've seen it also, they ran into a parked vehicle, and some say the driver, obviously now he's being persecuted, They're charging him, saying that the accident was due to overspeeding. But let's tell ourselves the truth. I watched the clip of everything that transpired after that fatal accident. There was no ambulance on ground. I saw another content creator that went to the general hospital, and if you see the deplorable state of the government hospital, there is no way Anthony Joshua or his late colleagues, may their soul rest in peace, would have been able to receive proper medical treatment there. So that just leaves us to what is happening to the healthcare sector in Nigeria. Is it that we have no sense of responsibility when it comes to lives, or is it that our government don't just care because they travel abroad, obviously, for their medical treatment? What do you make of all this?
Well, you see, every sector in Nigeria is in a very deplorable state, and the health sector is one of them. And it makes it more disturbing because this involves lives of people. When the accident happened, we had passers-by who actually had to take out the remains of his friends out of the car, and that is a sight. That is a very sore sight. That is not the sort of thing that should happen. We're supposed to have a standby ambulance, an ambulance we can call on to have them and take them. But you see, it's an extension to how deplorable the state of the healthcare system is in Nigeria. The fact that our own leaders have to take themselves out of the country for even such things as mild headaches, for the flu, for something.
Common checkups.
Yes, checkups. They have to take themselves out of the country. And this is one of the issues that we're talking about.
All government officials should not travel.
Should not even do that.
They must get their medical treatment.
Should not even do it.
Probably our healthcare will improve.
You understand? Because this is putting Nigeria in a bad light, and the government needs to look into this. The healthcare sector is a very, very important sector, and the attendance to this issue has to be done quickly and should be treated in a crucial manner. It's important.
Thank you so much for that, and may the soul of his departed colleagues rest in peace.
Amen.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a delight having conversations.
Thank you for having me always.
Thank you so much for opening 2026 on social media with us.
Yes.
Thank you so much, viewers. That's all the time permitted for us. I still remain Chioma Ebisi, and this is Social Media Scoop on Kaftan TV. Imagine a beautiful world, but I must add, the reactions we get online and the reactions of our resource persons and our guests is solely their opinion and not influenced anyway by Kaftan TV. Thank you to my production team. It's been a wonderful time with you. I'll see you tomorrow.